Hey everybody, we're back. Coon Prairie Ramblers, confabulating, mind meandering. We got KC and the Moonshine Gang.
Yeah.
The rebel without a clue, and me, the sweet and innocent mailman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. KC, you got a song for us?
Shine on Harvest Moon.
Hey, let's hear it.
Shine on
Harvest Moon.
up in the sky.
I should have sang Moon River.
There you go.
Yeah.
Moon River, wider than a mile.
Speaking of moons, I heard there was one out last night. Did y'all see it?
Yeah.
It was not out.
No,
of
I didn't see it.
It was.
I tried to see it.
I didn't see it.
No, it was overcast. Yes, check this out. It was a eclipse, right?
Yep.
And there was cloud. You cannot see an eclipse through cloud cover.
Those clouds. Huh?
Yeah.
They just get in the way. Like
And they
the song
stayed there.
says.
I went out several times and never moved. It was just black outside. I didn't. It was like, hey, there ain't no moon out here at all.
I think that Ohio is falling out of you when you say eclipse.
Eclipse?
Eclipse.
Yeah.
Well, like, what is it? Emphasis on the E?
I don't know. It's like the way you do syrup. How do you say
Syrup.
syrup?
Syrup.
Syrup. It's
Syrup.
SYRUP.
Yeah.
Syrup.
Well, me and Luke don't pronounce eclipse.
And beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, why did they call this the blood moon or the super
color.
moon or the red
The
moon?
color, it becomes, once it becomes completely in the Earth's shadow, it turns sort of a reddish orange hue.
Yeah.
And that's the reason they call it the blood moon.
But you said it's also called the corn moon or the harvest moon?
Oh, yeah, right now it is the for the month of September. It is the full corn moon or the full harvest moon. The Native Americans named each full moon according to what was going on. You know, like they'd have the cold moon, frost moon, flower moon, the wolf moon, snow moon, all kind of names, worm moons, and
You know, them Native Americans, they were pretty artistic or imaginativeness.
Yes, there was.
yeah, and they paid a lot of attention to
Nature.
Yeah.
nature.
That's right. It spoke to them, and they lived by it.
So this
A
corn,
lot of people say that they knew when a hurricane was coming back in the old days before we had the weather
No.
forecasting
Yes.
we have today. They knew beforehand that
That's right. Okeechobee is
Hurricane.
a prime example.
what happened?
yeah.
The big hurricane they had down there. They got out of Dodge and left all the hail faces behind. Who 1,000 or 2 of them perished.
Because of the moon, they ascertained that
They could
no.
tell by nature.
Yeah.
Different.
I think it
things
was
in nature.
the cattails and other
the cattails were
things of
shivering.
nature that they see that they can tell. Well, you know, you can pay attention to birds and cows and tell that something's coming up. You go look and you see a whole herd of cows laying down and getting in a group, and they're all laying down. And they know something's going on, and they're building up a little bit of rest for it. And
Well, I
Sometimes
say,
if your dog starts getting all squirrely,
yeah,
I mean, they know something's up.
yeah. Oh, if you walk outside, there's a crow outside, and you walk outside, and he'll just keep crowing, but you go back in the house and walk outside with a gun, he'll take off.
yeah,
Imagine that.
they're
They've been
pretty
shot at
smart.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did y'all have any effects from the full moon?
The moon does affect you.
I had to shave extra.
Where?
I didn't shave
Must
at all.
been your head, huh?
No, I
Ain't no
grew,
messing
I
off your
grew
face.
extra whiskers on my beard.
Okay.
I needed to shave.
It's funny how the moon affects everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say.
And you know, a lot of people cut their hair according to the moon.
Yeah.
Say what?
When the moon is on the increase, if you cut your hair, it supposedly will make your hair grow faster.
When
If
it's
you
waxing.
cut your hair when the moon is waxing or on the decrease, your hair will grow slower. And if you dig a hole out, you go out in the yard and dig
That's
a big
true.
hole, when the moon is on the increase, you'll have more dirt than you had hole when you get ready to fill it back up.
But-
But if you do it when it's on the decrease, you don't have enough dirt to
Notice
fill the
that?
hole
You
back
ain't got
up.
enough dirt to fill the hole up. That's why. It's the moon.
I never kept track of
Yes.
when I was digging a hole.
That's
where
true.
the moon at.
But you've experienced that. Sometimes having more than enough dirt and sometimes not enough dirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The moon does that. Just like it affects tides and childbirth and
Hey, check this out. Chile just had an earthquake not too long ago, right, Casey?
Chili's. I was going to go out there for lunch.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I'm talking about the
that's
Republic
right.
of
They're
Chile.
having
Oh, the
those
country.
new burritos.
The country.
They're having those new burritos out there.
They had a few years ago they had an earthquake, and they said because the way the plates move, that we lost a couple seconds in time.
Just in Chile or everywhere?
Well, it would have to be worldwide, wouldn't it? To lose, I mean, Chile can't just lose a second. And this past earthquake. Now, hey, I heard this on the news.
How does that
man.
affect the time?
Because of the road, it was such its magnitude of an earthquake. It affected, and evidently with the one crust going under another one, it affected time. They said it on the news, man.
Father Time must have lost count or something.
Was this news?
We lost a second, buddy.
But was this news the news you saw when you were at Walmart going through the checkout line?
Yeah.
And the National Enquirer's up there
Oh,
with
no,
a big hit.
There you go. Yeah.
No, I heard it.
Bigfoot declared it that we lost
on
one
one of
second.
I wish I could. I should. I'm going to Google it. Go home and Google it. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Well, I'll
pretty
come back
funky.
with a report next time.
Do you like the moon better or the sun?
Oh, I like the moon.
Me too.
Yeah, you do. I'm
like
surprised.
the
I see the moon and the
Yeah.
moon sees me.
It's nice and it's soft and it doesn't hurt you, doesn't burn you.
That's right.
And sometimes on a full moon, I mean, you can go outside and you can see everything.
Yeah, we can go there and throw the frisbee.
More than you
Yeah.
want to see. More than you want to see sometimes.
Depends on who you out there with and what you're doing. Be careful about that. But
But I worked in law enforcement for 22 years, and a lot of people say that it has no effect on the behavior of people, but I've always thought that it did.
Oh.
I mean, you just get a lot of people that are walking outside the realm of normal behavior that seem to be really fired up whenever that moon gets full. My theory always has been is that if it can control the tides and the animals, surely have
right.
some effect on us.
Yeah, it control the tide inside of your head.
that's right.
Yeah.
I worked at a mental institution for nearly 30 years, so the people there had mental problems the whole time, but they used to say that overall, there was one particular ward, it was one side was men, one side was women. It was the most violent ones. They called it the fighting ward over there, and it'd be pretty tough to work there, but they always said that they showed out a lot more during the full moon. They had to fight them a whole lot more and restrain them.
Right. And the emergency rooms are always more active during the full moon.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how could the moon do that?
We got fluids in your head.
It's like superpowers.
Yeah.
Well, you know that if you go fishing a lot and you pay attention to the fish, you know that they are affected by time. I mean, not time, tides. And you also know that on a full moon, there's no use going fishing. You
Not
can't really
really.
catch a fish on a full moon.
Where do they go?
But they're there, but they just don't bite or something.
Oh.
They feed a lot before and after, but not right on the full moon.
They're
If you
begging.
go out hunting at night, which I don't say you're supposed to, you can't hardly find anything to hunt on a full moon. Because I think that the animals, like say you're a rabbit or something that might get eaten by
I'm a tiger.
prey, and you realize that, hey, it's real bright out there. If I go running around out there, a
Something will
wolf
get
or a
me.
coyote's going to see me and run me down and eat me.
Yeah, we can't
So
have
they,
that.
they are not as active during that time. So, like turkey or whatever, they're all up and roosting and all. So they don't want to be out here while maybe we should stay home on a full moon.
Well, we're going to have to get on out of here. We've got about 10, 15 seconds here. We'll have to come back for the next segment. Maybe talk about the moon a little bit more. So
Oh.
I'll stay put.
That's kind of squeaky.